What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is LaBelle. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you have not hit the subscribe or the LaBelle, you can do both right here, right now. You can run this up. And today is Wednesday, which means we also have an episode of Bait and Switch, second channel. Real estate, New York City lifestyle. I'm not gonna over promo, but if that interests you, of course, it is linked. But today, on this channel, the best 5-star skillers is gonna get controversial, heavily opinionated. I got a shirt that says made in the 80s, born in 1989, which has me thinking. Comment below, what's your age? If you feel comfortable sharing. I'm just doing a little demo right here, right now with the boys. Criteria, kind of simple. Like the video, that's part of the criteria. All these players have 5-star skills, no icons, no team of the year, performance based, and we're only gonna have one iteration of the players. We're taking the best version, and there are a lot of players, and I'm working, I'm chefing, I'm cooking, I'm building the most enjoyable players video. If you want to be featured, put a comment. It goes hand in hand because I would say a lot of the 5-star skillers are also some of the most enjoyable players to put into motion in your rotation. Super subs, cutting inside, flashy, swerving and curving. They're booking it. Make a reservation. I could have easily made this a top 25. Would that be something you're interested in? If I extended some of these videos past 10 or 15 names into the top 25s or the top 50s, obviously be longer. You would need to get your popcorn, your snacks out, but it would even have more depth, more layers, more details. Robin, I had to include him. It just doesn't seem right. The best one-footed player we have seen in any FIFA installment? He could probably make that argument. Gifted. Underrated superhero. Is Robin considered a superhero? You could even argue that Batman doesn't really have superpowers. I'm not trying to stir this pot and have a completely different debate, but it depends what kind of criteria you take into consideration with heroes saving the day, saving the world, or impacting life. Robin made you reevaluate how you play FIFA. As per usual, we're going to have a collective of structure and complete randomness in our list. Well, not the players, but how I talk about it. Royce, why are we discussing him more? This is what we requested. Who remembers Footy's Royce? The pink version. Bring back those classic moments. I want the tournaments. Why'd they get rid of the tournaments? Nobody had problems with playing daily knockout tournaments or playing these tournaments against friends where you're able to get some different prizing, some back end. You don't need Rice Krispies. Go get you some Royce with the whole milk. Dembele, he's part of that 5x5 or that 55 club. It's exclusive and almost guarantees you success if you're looking at least being an attacker. Can you name many attackers that have 5-star skill moves and a 5-star weak foot that do not come in at that upper echelon? They're not going to be in that god tier discussion. Also, if it's not been before mentioned, I want to see your list because I'm leaving off plenty of substantial household names, and I'm sure there's going to be some interchangeability in the comments, which is completely fine. I just want to critique your choices the same way that you can critique mine. Ryan Kent, Rat-tastic. One-man counters. This is like eating candy late at night. You didn't brush your teeth. Are you going to need a dentist? Yes. If you have this man in your team, you're wrecking havoc. Are you ruining people's weekends? Yes. This guy causes bankruptcy, collapses defenses, demolishes FIFA souls. Soul snatcher. Traore. Unorthodox, unusual, body type is unique. Traore only resembles or parallels Traore. And there's only a few players like that. When I think of animations, movements, body types, when you see them, you know exactly who you're going up against. The likes of Adinho, or Sterling with his unique run, or an Akinfenwa, where there's no one else that looks anywhere near Akinfenwa on the virtual pitch. This guy is a railroad, or at least he's the conductor. You get a Dama going in a straight line, forget about it. The Saint, sending nightmares, sending blessings. You need an exorcism every Sunday, Gucci'd up. Get this man a designer sponsorship. Been broken all year long. Overpowered since the beginning. And this 86 is still crucial. One of the most responsive and just mechanical players that we've seen in FIFA 21. Rashford, Ronaldo of the old. If you want to rewind the years. Yes, both at Manchester United. The skill moves, the size, explosiveness. He's relentless. He's everlasting. Prolific, quick-witted. One of my favorite players to use in FIFA 21, especially early on this year. If you had the 85 Rashford, you had your complete contribution. Mbappe. I've gone with the record breaker as my Mbappe of choice. This guy goes coast to coast. He's flying back and forth. Impact and ability. I go up against the 90 every single weekend league, the standardized version of Mbappe constantly, which kind of is a resubmission or a reconfirmation of the value and the impact that Mbappe still has. So I don't really care which Mbappe you insert. It's like going from a Lexus to an Aston Martin. They're both great product. Most of us would probably take the Lexus. But of course, if you gave me the Aston Martin, I'm driving. Firmino deserves some accolades. This was the first expensive SBC where people were saying, competitors were making a statement. Pro scene activists were saying, hey, this guy is worth it. 5-star skill moves in the midfield, versatility, high work rates, but with the bells and the whistles, this stock was on the rise. You can still use Firmino currently, and he's one of the best midfielders in the game. Reassurance. Neymar, similar to Mbappe, you could really get away with any version of Neymar. I've got the inform. We're waiting for the next massive upgrade. He's a lateral genius. The way that he's cutting inside. This man must have got a perfect score. SAT, ACT, A-levels. I don't know what curriculum is used in Europe. If someone wants to comment below. How do you measure IQ or general know-how to get into different universities? There's surely some sort of universal test or multiple tests or interviews or processes, marks, discussions, recommendation letters. That's what I'm giving to Neymar. This man's that sticky icky. We're talking chewing gum, extra adhesive, duct tape, toffee, not coffee, glue, maple syrup, extra maple, extra syrup, stickers, and some honey with your tea. Mendy, I still don't know where he should technically be in this list. Because unlike everyone else, the 5-star skills, of course, it's a plus. But Mendy would be the best fullback in the game with 4-star skills and all the other stats identical. He doesn't completely shift. Those skills aren't as impactful for Mendy as the other players that I have on my list. So should I put him higher up because he's arguably the best player in his position? Should I put him lower because the skills aren't as important? Should I have left him off? Surely that's not the case. It's almost overkill that he has the 5-star skills. If you've seen the movie Friday, you knock somebody out, then you stand over them. You didn't need to do that. You chose to do that. A tall. Ooh, what item has versatility? You can play him anywhere on the pitch. Legit. Anywhere on the virtual pitch, and he might be your best player outside of the goalkeeper position. This guy has the presentation, and part of that is those skill moves, or are those skill moves. I'm beyond impressed. This is a must buy, must grab. I naturally can relate, can gravitate. If you got him in a player pick, because I've seen a few of those, I'm jealous. I highly recommend him. Stamp of approval. The dirty stamp. We're not cleaning it up. Atal gives the business, does the business, proceeds with business transactions, and he's a fantastic negotiator. Vidal. Is he the best new player in this year's installment? You could argue he's the best of the FUT birthday. In fact, I've made that argument. I've been extremely impressed. And part of that is that he is able to coast and boast, that he is able to flex in the midfield, that he is not one-dimensional. We've always known Vidal could play defense and break up plays. But now when you see him scoop, turning all over the virtual pitch, converting 1v1s, late runs, overlapping, space attacking, chase back, mastermind. I don't know if that goes together, but he's hydrated, drinking a gallon a day. He's juiced up, stronger than ever. He's just thorough. El Shaarawy. Simply put, he's been my best attacker since his introduction or reintroduction into FUT, at least properly. One of the best SBCs I've completed. Statistically speaking, there's guys that look better on paper, but that's not what FIFA's about. It's about performance, not paper, not pricing, not size, not even rating in some regards. And a big portion of his success rate, this is why you're getting the extra helpers, you can go for seconds and thirds, are those 5-star skills. The way that El Shaarawy innovates, creates, is perplexed, gives you something magnificent inside the box, outside of the box, explosion. Absolute dream to play with. He's an asset in every single squad. It's not a mistake. I got him at number 2 for a reason. Top in the charts. It might seem sort of predictable, but we're giving the GOAT some love. At least on this list. We have Cristiano Ronaldo, the inform. He's still doing Cristiano things. And regardless of the patch or next patch or install or update or changes with gameplay and meta, I just feel as if Ronaldo stays the same. He's a constant. If you have one of the higher rated versions, even the gold, who's not necessarily as good, is still very viable and will stay at that level all year long. Between the size and those skill moves, and then being able to get the right bounce back, the proper movement, that attacking notion, that clutch factor, Cristiano has all of the above. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop some love on the video. I'm looking forward to the comments, whether it's a discussion about the top 15 players that you feel maybe got snubbed, or you want to do some rearranging. Fair enough, we can have that discussion. If you're dropping your age range, if you're giving me some of that insider scoop, which all started just because we got this made in the 80s, little classic throwback vintage Mario action, one of the first games that I actually owned. Original Nintendo. I got it late. I remember having the double dip with Duck Hunt and Super Mario. Very big moment in my life as the progression of being a gamer and being in that world and in that space, because I still remember when it was not cool to grind out a lot of these video games. When I was in high school, we didn't get to have the same open discussion that is happening now via the internet and content creation, and just the progression, especially in pop culture, that gaming has made such an impact. I'm not going to take this on a separate rant, and I'll have a lot more content coming out here daily. ASAP, ASAP, ASAP.